Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dan, and I've got FourthMan, aka Joel Atkins, here for Quarantine Questions Part 2. If you haven't checked out Part 1 with Joel, it's up here somewhere. And don't forget to click that bottom right hand corner for subscribing to this channel. We'll see you at the end. What do you regard as the most challenging part of sound engineering?
Yeah. I'm going to say, from a tour perspective, changing the room every night. I find that the most challenging thing because often we're playing as part of festivals and part of other shows, so we really don't have the kind of time that you'd want to like tune a system and tune a room. Now the flip side of that is that most often you got in-house people, system techs have already tuned the system and already sorted the room out. But sometimes you're like you're playing test tracks and whatever, and you're like, this is
carve out half of left and right.
I think of one
3K or whatever.
Yeah, there's one venue in particular in Scandinavia that is like it's sort of like a gym hall with raked seating, but like nothing's really draped out, so it sounds like close to painful on the top end. And so it's things like that I find the hardest to control, because when we're running tracks with Social Beingz, you know, the tracks are really well mixed and really well mastered, and it's the exact same piece of audio. It's not even like they're hitting the drums harder or lighter, and for it to change so wildly night after night, I think that's probably the biggest challenge that I personally have to deal with, because you really want the whole crowd to love it and experience it, and if they're like in pain from the high end or something, then you know, fail, not done the job, you know. So Ryan has a very deep mantra that he likes to pass on before we go out, and it's just if they ain't jumping, you ain't pumping. Which I think he just means he wants it nice and loud for the fans to enjoy it. But I mean, if they jumped, we're going to presume that I pumped. So there we go. It's a very scientific method, but that's.
I mean, there's always you always have to be engaged with the crowd as front of house. Have to be looking around to see if people are actually engaging.
Yeah.
If people are here like this, probably want to do something about it.
Yeah.
Or leaving the room.
Also, that's the thing. I'm like. Yeah, I mean, aside from the fact that they're two of my very closest friends, like I am a fan of their music. I love their music. It's so much fun, and it's like it's clever and it's entertaining and it's fun. Like, so I try and view myself as one of the fans in the room, trying to make it sound great for all of us. And I think that's probably a good headspace to be in.
Great answer. Should we move on to favorite consoles?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's literally a different console most nights. But what I've found over more like the eastern side of Europe, like Czechoslovakia, sorry, it doesn't exist. Like Czech Republic and Slovakia, two different places, and they often have a lot of Soundcraft VI desks going around, and I actually think the VI6 or something like that is probably not what you expected me to say, but it's probably because of being a studio boy, and it's full of lexicon delights. Like the effects are so. I guess they're just the onboard effects where we can't travel with stuff and where we can't bring our own desk or whatever. For walking up to a desk, just to have a load of lexicon in front of you is my favorite. I think I just really love it. So yeah, probably the Soundcraft VI6.
Is it a VI6 at Band on the Wall?
Did not expect that, did you? Band on the Wall. I think
it's a big one.
It's a 6
for the size of venue.
Not 100%.
Yeah,
but yeah, just
they look like a spaceship, which is everything you want from a SanDisk. So
they look like a. Yeah, I mean, if it makes you look like you know what you're doing, and I mean, that's important as well.
What about your favorite PA?
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I just love D&B stuff. I really love D&B. I have heard a variety of other options.
Other systems are available.
Other systems are available, yeah, of course. And I think I'm really, really not at all much of a system tech. So I can't really speak too in depth about this sort of thing. But I just know that I've looked at D&B systems around the place that I've been to. A surprisingly low amount of D&B systems in the venues I've been to in Germany.
Really?
Which is interesting because
they are German manufacturers.
Being a German company, you'd presume that they were everywhere, but I don't know what that's about. Who knows?
What have you come across most?
Maybe it's this. Maybe it's the same as all the Danish bacon is mostly consumed in England rather than Denmark.
Export it all.
Maybe it's along the same line. Yeah.
What about the best artists that you've worked with?
Yeah, I was thinking about this. This is like best for different reasons. I think my most fun and most bizarre was I did front of house for Rick Astley at a wedding one time.
Never gonna give you up.
Which was just exactly
exactly as expected.
It was absolutely amazing, and it was literally a wedding full. I think the groom was on keyboard or something like that, and he was just amazing, and he was just it was great. It was crazy. You thought. He was sort of, some people be like, oh, Rick Astley, like, oh, it's funny. He was like that himself. He was like, I'm Rick Astley. It's the 2000s. What's going on? Like, it was sort of like joking with the crowd, but then whilst joking with the crowd, him and his band
slayed it.
Like, were amazing. So in terms of like surprise, bonkers, random celebrity moment, I'm going to say Rick Astley. But in terms of best band, I mean, this is obvious. But I am controversially going to say Social Beingz.
Over FourthMan. Wow.
Well, I don't really get to work with myself in that way. I mean, do you want me to say I'm my favourite band?
Social Beingz.
I'm talking about in a live setting. Social Beingz, I've actually learned a lot from them in terms of FourthMan, in terms of show and all that, because they can get some stick for like, oh, that whole weird mentality of like about being a track act. Yeah. Like that's a bad thing. But I've seen them walk into completely dead crowds and awful sounding rooms and having not slept at all or like be actually ill and then just go
mental
to like 1,000%. On the stage, and the crowd just love it and have no idea about any of the backstory. And I think that's what makes an artist great from a live show performance. I think if you have an artist, the last thing you want to do is travel however far, pay however much money, and then be like, hear the artist tell you about why the room doesn't sound good. Or the artist give a half-assed performance because they're tired or something. Like that's not what they're there for. And Ryan and Josh, I don't think I've actually seen energy like it before, where they'll be like wiped out in the green room backstage and like nearly asleep, and then like showtime like dust themselves off and put on some outrageous jacket.
Oh, Joe Exotic jacket.
I mean, Joe Exotic before Joe Exotic. I mean, ahead of the curve. And so I would say best, in my personal experience, got to go to those boys.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to worst food or experience on the road?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean the competition for worst food has many entrants, doesn't it?
It's pretty much most days.
Yeah, I think the worst food is no food.
Yeah, agreed.
It blows my mind that you can't have thought about the people that were in the venue from like before you were awake. Like slight rant there on behalf of the tech crew, but often as in our profession we are often first there and last out, as you know. So yeah, no food is definitely the worst food. Best food.
Go for it.
I mean, I play drums for an amazing party band called Funk Soul Family, who are a whole lot of fun, and we just have a great time playing weddings and corporate events and all that. And some of the steaks that we've had with those boys have been off the chain. Yeah, like really, really off the chain. Like we played just a quite a small venue in Chester, I think. Just sort of like a piano bar type thing, but the steak was like off the chain and complimentary, which makes it even better.
Are you a rare, medium rare?
You can't be a steak on a show.
You can't be any better than. Can't be any worse.
Well, traditionally, I used to be like a well done.
Wow.
Because I used to be like, oh my gosh, like don't have any blood, you psycho. But now I'm somehow more of a vampire or something because I am really into like the medium rare thing now. Yeah, really like it.
It's the best way. I was over in Geneva, right on the border of France. We went to this French grill place, and like we all ordered like medium rares. And then this French couple on the table, like next to us, they literally, it looked like they just brought out, like not even been in the fridge, like straight from the supermarket, straight to the plate. It was like, it was blue, and they ate it. We were there just like, oh, I mean, sear it for 30 seconds each side at least.
Yeah, I mean, on the steak front, Social Beings are both vegans. So when it's the three of us on the road, it does present some food-based challenges.
I mean, Ryan was saying in this previous episode that most of the time now you're like, just count me as a vegan now because some of the food options that you've had on the road have been pretty terrible. It's just like, it's actually easier just to say I'm a vegan for the show, and they'll at least put some decent vegan food on for you.
Well, what I learned, especially in some of the further out European countries that we travel to, like being vegan is like currently like a bit of like a luxury lifestyle choice.
Oh, sure.
I know it's presented in over here as like a moral, ethical standpoint, but it's in other places it's seen as like a bit of a luxury, why are you being weird thing.
I mean I've had that in Wales.
You had it in Wales?
North Wales.
Oh, wow.
They're like, they didn't understand that half of Soulbox don't eat meat and trying to eat healthy and stuff. Well, we all kind of do the same, but
I like a lot of vegan food. It's all great. I've often found that if a event is mass catering for a load of people, then it could be some sort of undisclosed meat and some sort of undisclosed cheese. And then they bring out the vegan platter and it's like amazing bread and olives and hummus and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm vegan today, I had someone that was and that said they were a non-practicing vegan.
Non-practicing?
So I'm probably a non-practicing vegan when it comes to live shows. Because it's just the food's often better,
It sounds like the way to go. I mean, I'm no cheese already because I'm allergic to it, but I mean...
Well, I played it right in Switzerland where I got a really amazing vegan food came out, and then there was like a schnitzel station, chicken schnitzel thing, and I was like, I'm not vegan anymore.
Vegan, but I'll just have this piece. Or maybe I'm not vegan anymore. Ooh.
But they loved it because some local grandmother or someone had made it, and it was their speciality dish, and they liked that I was trying. So
nice, man. Cool. Should we move on then? What about your favourite mics? Obviously, kick, snare, guitar amps, vocals, and you can do live and studio. So go for it.
Kicks live. Can't really go wrong with the 91 inside the drums. E91 maybe.
Yep.
Probably the same in the studio, to be fair. I mean, I've seen people using quite a lot of sub kicks and stuff. To be fair, my studio game is mostly electronic production. So studio mics jump straight to favourite vocal mic, which would be the U87. I've literally never heard a nicer vocal mic yet. I have.
Sure. Have you come across the Slate Digital
VMS? I've heard about it. Seen lots of videos. I mean, I love Stephen Slate persona online generally. He's pretty hilarious. I got a friend who swears by the VMS actually. And
Dan Sterling, if you know him.
Dan Sterling is exactly who I was talking about. And everything I've heard him record sounds great. So
Yeah.
That's worth a try. I've got you can't really see it outshot. I've got a SE Electronics SC2200. Fairly straightforward classic studio mic, but gets a great clean sound, and then they can mess around with it in the box afterwards. Live stuff. I mean, you can't beat a 57 on the snare, can you? Can you?
I mean, I've got an i5 and a Beta 57 and a 57 here, and 57. I think the only issue with that is the little plastic grill, and if you've got a drummer you don't trust or don't know who it's going to be on a festival.
I mean, who trusts drummers?
Put a Beta. I don't. Put a Beta on it or put the i5 on it because it's got like a metal grill, so they're likely to get smashed up. But
sure, man.
A great shout.
I love Coles for overheads in the studio. They sound amazing. Never seen them on a real life live show before.
Real life.
But I do love Coles and overheads. They sound amazing. Like I said, with being on the road, I kind of get what's there. It's like, we don't always tour with a live band as well. So it's often just a case of whatever's there. I think them classic Sennheiser E604s, whatever, they pop up a lot all around the time.
Clip on mic.
And they do what they do, and they sound alright, I think. Favorite mics.
Yeah, so you're kind of like a 91 in the kick rather than kick in and kick out kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'd take kick out as a luxury. Sure, why not? But if it's for social beings, then there's so much kick on track. There's
so much low end on the track.
As an electronic sound that you just want this sort of clickier thing anyway.
Transient, yeah.
Yeah, transient's the proper word, thanks.
Transient.
Not clicky thing.
It's all right. Clicky thing. That clicky thing, yeah.
Yeah.
The attack.
Yeah, the attack. There you go,
should we move on to favourite audio position to work in? So obviously there's like front of house, monitors, patch, RF tech, system tech, broadcast, studio. Throw studio in the mix as well.
Oh, well, out of everything, studio, sure. But I think I am. Well, in terms of live sound, I came up through learning live sound and through gigs with front of house being like the hallowed position and being like, oh my gosh, that guy's on front of house. However, I've since come to understand, or this might just be in my experience, that, well, I'm just going to say in my experience, when I'm on front of house on these shows, I am more than often not necessarily the most technically proficient person in the room.
They put you away from everyone else at the other end of the stage.
Genuinely, and I think I think that's about, or I hope that's about a good set of ears and about being able to hear what's good for a room, what's good for a crowd. I think because of
bringing the studio sound to life as well.
Yeah, maybe. I hope so. I think I'm going to say front of house is my favourite because I'm most used to it, and I've done it more than anything else I've done. I think just because of the nature of touring as like a three guys on the road thing, that I've just ended up in front of house a lot. So I'm much more comfortable there. But I also do think some of like the patch jobs and the monitor jobs stuff, they're often so much more involved. And max respect to those humans. So I'd say front of house, but not as in like a not in the way that I used to think of it as an elevated position, but just in the way of
that's cool, man. I mean, I sort of enjoy doing front of house, but I kind of prefer doing monitors or patch and stuff. Running around like a crazy man on stage and having like 10 mixes to do rather than having the one mix for 10,000 people, having 10 mixes for what individual people kind of.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that. Yeah, fair dues. Whichever one is your thing. I guess that's why we need a squad on these things, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really hate doing monitors from front of house on some of these festival gigs. It's so much. It's zero fun. You know, when you get to you're literally the other end of a field in Slovakia. And you don't know what's gone on stage, and you're guessing what's in the wedges, and like, oh mate, and it is a 2-person job, isn't it?
Really,
it really is. So I'm much happier when I'm not doing both.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Should we throw in a little plugin question here? What's your favorite kind of plugins? Waves, Slate. What's your favorite one that you use on everything? It's not in the list, but let's throw it in.
Yeah. I am going to side with Slate Digital over Waves.
Yep.
On more of a philosophical reason than a technical one.
Uh-huh.
I have found Slate Digital's approach to like as many people being able to access as much of their plugins. I'm just so much more into that. They have like a monthly model to their business plan sort of thing where it's just not that much a month to have access to literally all their plugins, and I just find that.
And you also get masterclasses and stuff on there as well, don't you now?
Yeah, the tutorials and random freebies and stuff like that. I think that model's way better. I really love some of the Wave plugins I've got. I just generally won't buy them unless it's on a mad sale.
Well, I mean, don't buy them unless they're on £29.
Yeah, it's £2,000 on a Wednesday, and then it's £29 on a Thursday, and you're like, okay,
and then it's 4,000. Yeah.
It's like sure. So I think, but that said, favorite plugins company of all time, I think I'm with Sound Toys.
Okay. The Alter Boy and all of those.
Crystallizer and Little Radiator and Little Plate and oh man, that like the Sound Toys creatively. I use Slate Digital mostly for like my basic compression EQ, and the tape saturation's amazing. But then I'm gonna jump to Sound Toys for like the finesse and for like if you listen to a lot of FourthMan records, which are available on Spotify and Apple Music and everywhere else. I love using lots of vocal effects and Sound Toys to provide plenty of magic for that sort of thing. Yeah. Well, I have just got Waves Ovox.
Oh, you've got it now. I was going to just ask you about that. Because that is almost iconic of your FourthMan sound at the moment, isn't it? It's like sort of vocoded.
Yeah.
And
it's basically anything to hide this grisly old rusty throat.
So they kind of brought that out, and I messaged you being like, oh, have you checked out this plugin? And you kind of responded being like, yes, and about 1,000 people have also sent me this thing.
That's the thing that's quite cool as an artist when you feel like maybe you're starting to get a bit of a sound when like a bunch of people are like, hey, your plugin's come out.
Yes.
I honestly, I've bought it, I've downloaded it, it's installed, and I haven't really got into it yet. So watch this space. I'll let you know how that goes.
Because hopefully that would be one plugin replacing 4 or 5 doing the same thing.
Yeah, possibly. It's got some mad presets in it.
That's cool.
Just as a first glance, the presets are crazy. I need to fully get into it and check it out to really give you an honest opinion.
Yeah, man. Make your own preset. Yeah. Keep it how you want it, and then bring it to a live gig.
Exactly, yeah.
Be amazing.
Oof, that'll be fun.
Should we move on to InEars versus Wedges?
Yeah, InEars all day long.
Every day. I mean,
literally
both wearing them right now.
Yeah. As an artist, prefer them.
Yeah.
As an engineer, prefer them. It's just the just dropping feedback off the list of problems.
Yeah.
A game changer. The only thing on a rock and roll level, you can't put your foot up on an in-ear to do a solo.
Can you imagine? It's up an inch.
It would just be fairly debaucherous to bring people walk on stage with in-ears to put your foot up on their head to do a solo.
That's why you get the little ego risers now at the front of stage. Like put a little.
I just don't think
by half riser on.
I just don't think my level of rock and roll can handle such things. So I think in-ears all the way.
Yeah. I mean, you've used them for years as a drummer and then guitarist, now session musician, and then FourthMan stuff, and then obviously live stuff as well.
I mean, the main attraction for me is actually saving my ears.
Yeah, keep it quieter.
Yeah, keep the levels down and tell what's going on, and I just
personalized mix just for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're obviously rocking customs. Are they 64 ears? Are they Cosmics? Are they?
These are ACS T1 Lives.
Okay, is that dual driver or is that more
I think there's triple driver. And they also have the inbuilt microphone where you can have a separate belt pack that comes with it where you can adjust the ambient level of the sound around you, which is really, really cool. So cool that I have not yet tried it out.
Amazing. Because you've had them for about...
Well, I've had ACS ears for more than a decade.
Yeah.
Maybe 14, 50 years. 50 years? 15.
50.
They're just so comfortable, and I've just always gone with them. I've got their molded ear protectors as well for different application.
Yeah.
But the belt pack, I don't mind telling you, wildly expensive on top of the in-ears. So I just haven't. I've just not gone for it.
Makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
Mine are Cosmic Ear 6Ps, and they are the maximum fit, which are the ones that are the most isolating, I guess.
Nice.
But you can obviously buy them in comfort fit, where it kind of leaves a bit of a gap to get ambient in.
Okay, yeah.
And easier to get in and out as well.
Yeah. Do you know what I found? I found as a performer that ambient can absolutely kill the vibe.
Really?
Yeah, I did a show in a stadium in Germany on drums for Social Beingz.
Yeah.
And whatever the guy, whoever's on Wedges, just did not care at all. Just like the whole show, like not looking at us at all. And he just had maybe like the mix was maybe like 80% ambient mics and like 20% everything else. And I was hearing the snare drum off the back of the arena.
Oh, perfect. That's
first. And it was the same for the performers. It was an absolute nightmare. And I generally won't bother on it if I'm playing drums for a track show. I'll literally just have track, maybe a tiny touch of vocals, but only maybe. Maybe. Yeah. I'll just have the track and click in, because that's what I need to hear to smash the show. So yeah, I'll do away with ambient quite a lot. Although ACS, send me a pack because I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Do it. I mean, I'd love to hear your review of that as well. Amazing.
Very good.
What about your favourite tool in your Peli or toolkit as an engineer?
I mean, it's a far reach assuming that I have a toolkit for starters.
You've definitely come with a backpack to site before.
I do bring a backpack to site. That's true. I'd probably say I have like a little Focusrite Scarlett 8i8, little box of tricks there. I just love my head. Again, on a Social Beingz front, I just can't fly with any metallic object that's has a sharp point on it, really.
Yeah, fair.
And we are usually just rucksacks only. So, I guess you'd say my old trusty, old faithful HD 25s is probably my favourite tool in the kit. They just old faithfuls.
I mean, me and you did a gig together. It was an outdoor gig fairly recently, and you got yours out, and yours are literally looking pristine. Mine are here. And mine look like they've been through a war zone. Like they've got tape on them. I've replaced these bits, but the foams are not.
Wow, man.
I mean,
these are literally 10 years old as well.
Oh yeah, mine are old and whatever. I've replaced the cable a couple of times. Now on a expandable one, which is kind of cool.
So now you look like an 80s telephone.
Yeah. Well, what more could you want? But yeah, I was like, oh, you can tell you do loads of studio work.
Yeah, well, I've got
get thrown in the bottom of a bag.
I know you like a gear review. I've got a very nice UDG bag here.
Oh,
with a
Social
very nice
Beingz merch head tag on it.
Oh yeah, there you go. With a very nice headphone pocket.
Very good.
So that's why they're so crispy and pristine.
Nice one, mate.
Yeah.
What about your favourite lyrics? So we're thinking FourthMan now rather than JPA.
Yeah, sure. FourthMan favourite lyric. It's quite hard because the songs mean different things to me for different reasons. I think the song 10 encapsulates probably like the last 10 years of my life quite well. With some of the struggles and some of the madnesses that me and my wife have been through together. So I'd probably say like, well, the thing is with writing a song is that you're saying like one sentence that's encapsulating like a whole 10 years of backstory. Yeah. But it's like 10 years down, like come back around, let's do it again. It's kind of like the main like, let's do it again. It's like the big like moment. And yeah, that bit, I really mean that. I really mean that. You know, like we've seen some brutal things go on with loss and illness and some really big stuff. And I think I getting to a point as a human where this other human, my legendary wife, where we're still able to get through stuff together, and we've grown closer through that stuff and grown like stronger. I think that really means like the most to me, and I think Let's Do It Again is like a very small line, not particularly mind blowing on a in terms of wordplay, but I think that means the most.
Amazing.
What about you?
That's strong. So I've got a couple of yours. 10 Acoustic is one of my favourite songs you've done.
Oh, nice. Need not bother doing all the production.
Oh, mate, I love it stripped back. I mean, I do love the production stuff.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Faithful Acoustic.
Oh, Ovation as well.
Yeah, man.
Well, I Was on an Island, one of your lovely songs that you've cut from your most recent live set, which I'm very annoyed about.
I put it straight back in after you mentioned that for the next show.
That's good. I'm very happy about that. I'm not going to attempt to sing it, but I've got a woman who needs me.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
So, like, obviously, we work away from home so much, and to have that song on and just like keep yourself like planted in your relationship and zoned in to your marriage and stuff, and just keep reminding yourself, I guess.
That's really cool. I'd not heard of it from that perspective, but I love that. That's what it means to you. That's really cool.
What about you? What does that mean to you? Why did you write it that way?
Well, that song, I was in bed in the chemotherapy ward at the Christie's Hospital.
Yeah.
And I was having treatment for testicular cancer, and so grateful to say I'm absolutely fine now.
Amazing.
But at the time, like having my wife, who at home when I wasn't at home, you know, I was in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
Having her was a really major part of mentality of getting through stuff. I think that the doctors never thought that I was in danger of necessarily dying.
Yeah.
But I did feel horrific.
Yeah.
Physically, it felt awful. So to have my wife as like inspirational, like as I think for me, like to I think marriage for me, we're getting into marriage here. This is getting very deep, Dan.
It's good.
But like marriage for me is like two people depending on each other.
Yeah.
And then it's not a weakness thing. It's like a strength thing. It's like you got somebody else to like be in your corner for you. And I think for me, knowing that Harriet needed me to be there in her corner as soon as possible.
Sure.
While I was completely man down, she was completely there for me doing her thing, which I was so grateful for. But I think for me, it was like a big part of getting through the treatment mentally was knowing that she needed me and being back to that I could be there for her. So that was kind of where that lyric came from.
Oh, all the feels there. That was super good, super deep.
Yeah. I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Do you want to just go quickly into what inspired you to start doing FourthMan?
Yeah, of course. So I sort of touched on it earlier, where I have always loved making my own songs and writing my own music, and I was always along the lines of I'll get round to it at some point. Point. And it wasn't really until I was in that hospital bed that we talked about, where I was like, wow, all the cliches that come around about life's too short, and you got to make the most of what you got. They're all brutally true, and they are so true, and so true now. I think we have a finite amount of time to like make our mark or like do what we feel like we're about, because we just don't know how long we've got. And so I was like, right, when I get out of it, there's a few like, when I get out of here, kind of things. And one of them was to make sure I did my own music and got my songs off my chest. And I really, really love making music for other artists, but I'm representing them and trying to put their message across and their thoughts. But I really needed to get these songs off my chest, and I've actually found it massively therapeutic. where the first sort of 3 or 4 of my songs were sort of all from that place. And
yeah,
you know,
like Benjamin's brother, especially, like the lights never go out, was like the lights above you in the chemo ward never went out. Like,
yeah, man, I can show you that picture.
Yeah.
I actually took a picture and sent it to my wife. I was like, "This light's not going off." So annoying.
And then to flip that from like an annoyance into like an inspiration to make it into like the first lyrics of a song. Insane.
Yeah, man. I'm blessed that growing up as a kid, my parents always encouraged me to write little songs and stuff like that. So I think I kind of have this inbuilt response now where like part of expressing my feelings, like whether I'm loving something or hating something or anything between, I do think song is quite a good way for me, like to express it and get it out of my chest. And there's lots of songs that people may never hear because honestly, you wouldn't want to. But getting them off my chest is something I've really enjoyed doing. And some people like them, so that's good.
People do like them. What you are about? Some people.
Well, you're very kind.
I'm honest. Should we move on to most elaborate stage costume?
Oh wow. My personal most elaborate, it has to be a full sequin t-shirt situation.
Amazing.
I should probably
Have you got it?
I should go and crack it out. Standby caller. I mean, should I wear it?
Oh, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, one sec. I mean, what are you saying about this bad boy?
I mean, this is the most elaborate stage costume yet.
Sort the hair out. I mean, can you hear that?
I can definitely hear that, yeah.
I mean, give a little shimmy and it sounds ridiculous. Now, this bad boy plus a leather jacket is exceptionally hot.
It looks sick, though. It does look sick on stage.
And it's that kind of, it's my kind of extra. You need to go bigger than you would in real life.
I mean, go big or go home, yeah.
But also, yeah, you need to actually like hope that the music is the main thing, not the outfit.
True.
So yeah, I have a bit of a leather jacket thing that goes over the top of this.
True.
And I like the look of it, but I also lose about 12 stone of sweat every time I wear it because it's so hot.
Do you leave sequins over the stage as well?
I mean, maybe like if they come off with the guitar strap sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So there you go, my most elaborate stage t-shirt.
Amazing. Was that a men's, or have you literally sewn them on yourself with a women's outfit?
You know what? I found it on a fairly standard website.
Really?
But my wife has been known to wear it as a dress.
As a dress?
Yeah, it's quite long.
Yeah.
Quite long line. And she looks better in it than me. She looks better in literally all my clothes than I do. So
I know that feeling. It's very annoying, isn't it?
It's annoying, but sure, why not?
Yeah. Oh, love it. So we've come to the last question, mate. So it's about new music. Have you got any new FourthMan releases coming out soon?
Yes, I've literally today, before this interview, I have just got a master back for a brand new single called Sweetheart Settle.
Amazing.
And this is coming out on June the 26th.
Amazing.
So it's I'm so excited. It's my first single of 2020.
Yeah.
And there's already like a sort of stripped back home session that I did for BBC Introducing. That's on my YouTube page. You can have a little listen to that.
Link above now.
And that's sort of like a stripped back version of what might be coming later. But I'm not giving everything away because you got to keep something back for the fans, right?
Sure.
So there's a few more tricks up the sleeve for the studio version, and I'm excited for you to hear it.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Have you got lots planned for 2020, or is like coronavirus kind of changed your perception of it all?
I mean, the live shows is the only thing that's been ditched, really. Sure. I'd been applying for lots of festivals. We'd had some chats with people, and things were lining up to be great, and they're just gone. But I still have the studio, and I still have the songs, and people still have ears, and the internet still exists. So there is no excuses, really. I'm going to keep bringing the records out and trying to get it out there for people to hear. And when the gigs come back, sign me up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Can we expect like an album sort of length release coming out anytime soon? Are you going to keep smashing the EP game?
Yeah, I think the singles are still the thing for me. I think while I'm building up more of an audience and more of a crowd, I don't think anybody's ready for an album yet. I don't know if it'll be a bit wasteful to put an album out yet. I've probably got enough records, but I am going to go with singles for now, and then hopefully put something more of an LP together at some point when the time's right. Yeah.
Smashed it. Love it.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
I mean, what more is there to say? So you're like a drummer, guitarist, multi-instrumentalist, vocalist, performer, front of house, monitors, studio. What else do you do? You do loads of things with like lathes and woodwork and stuff. Awesome guy.
Yeah.
So it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the Quarantine Questions this time.
Well, thanks so much for
having me. Is there anything you want to say just before we sign off?
No, just thanks so much for listening, and hope you enjoy the next FourthMan record, and thanks for having me, Dan.
Pleasure, mate. I'll see you soon.
All right, thanks.
Nice
bye.
one. Hi guys, thank you for checking out this part 2 with Joel. If you haven't seen part 1, link is below. As ever, don't forget to click that bottom right hand corner to subscribe, and we'll see you again in another video. Cheers guys.